And some big news to tell you about as you wake up. Donald Trump is waiting, as you know, for a likely indictment for his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. But now the former president has been hit with 3 new charges. It happened yesterday in a separate case, the Mar-a-Lago case. In the Southern District of Florida, federal prosecutors added 2 new counts of obstruction and 1 of willfully retaining national defense information in the case centered around his handling of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. Those new charges were laid out in this superseding indictment, which alleges Trump directed 2 employees at his Palm Beach estate to destroy security camera footage shortly after the Justice Department issued a subpoena to obtain the same video in June of last year. One of those employees, Trump's valet, Walt Nauta, previously was charged along with Trump. The other now, a new character introduced into the story, is Mar-a-Lago property manager Carlos de Oliveira. He was charged in yesterday's follow-up indictment. That indictment describes a moment when the 2 men, Nauta and de Oliveira, walked with a flashlight through a dark tunnel at Mar-a-Lago to scope out a room where boxes of classified documents were being watched by security cameras. A few days later, de Oliveira allegedly told another employee that, quote, the boss wanted security footage from that room deleted. As for the other charge, that one involves a meeting from last August at Trump's property in Bedminster, New Jersey. There, the former president allegedly showed off a classified document about military options for attacking Iran to people who were doing interviews for his former chief of staff, Mark Meadows' upcoming memoir. That conversation was captured in this audio tape leaked last month.
Well, with Milley, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Wow. We looked at him. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. It's pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here.
Yeah.
I just found, isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, you know. Except it is like highly confidential. Yeah. By the way, isn't that incredible? Though?
Yeah.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it. And he said he wanted to attack Iran and what? These are the papers. This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to figure out
yeah. See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, you know, but this is classified.
Now we have a problem.
In total, Trump is now charged with 40 counts in the classified documents case. He and Nauta have pleaded not guilty to their previous charges. A lawyer for de Oliveira, the property manager, declined to comment. A trial tentatively set for May 20th, 2024. Let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Andrew Weissmann, New York Times opinion columnist David French, and the host of the podcast On Brand with Donnie Deutsch. Donnie Deutsch. Jonathan Lemire, Michael Steele, Jen Palmieri, all still with us as well. So, Andrew Weissmann, let's begin with you. Just to be clear for our viewers, this is not the indictment that we all have been waiting for this week involving the separate federal case around the 2020 election and around January 6th. This takes us back to the Mar-a-Lago case. So as you read through this superseding indictment, and as I said, the introduction of a new character, Mr. de Oliveira, the property manager, what do you see here?
Well, I thought the case was very strong before this, but it is incredible that it has now gotten much stronger. With respect to the obstruction charges, the government's now going to be able to say, see this really damning surveillance evidence? This is the evidence that the defendants did not want you to see. There was a plan to get rid of it, and you know why. So it is really good evidence, and it helps bolster the underlying part of the case, and of course it's an additional set of crimes. And then with respect to the Bedminster tape, if you recall, this was a really explosive tape. And what we heard from the former president was, you know, he was just blustering that he didn't really have a document. He was just shuffling papers. This is now not just described in the indictment. It is charged. It is now part of the criminal charge in this case, and it's very clear from the allegations that the government knows exactly which document this is and when it was returned to the National Archives. So there is no question, at least in the government's minds, that they actually have the document, that it is not true, according to these allegations, that this is just bluster and that he was just showing some sort of newspaper or some rustling of some unknown paper. This is now, the tape recording that you just played is now direct evidence of a charged crime. It's hard to see something stronger than that. Every prosecutor wants to have their defendant on tape confessing to a crime, and that's exactly what the government has now in its hands.
That's a good point. After that tape was leaked, Donald Trump had said, no, it was newspapers, or I had plans for a new golf course. Meanwhile, he was talking about how they were classified, and it's clear from this new indictment that the government knows what that document is. You had raised the possibility to us a few weeks ago, Andrew, of a separate case coming out of New Jersey because this conversation and these documents allegedly were flashed in Bedminster, which is in the state of New Jersey. But now it looks like this has been folded into the Florida case. Is that what happened here?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems pretty clear there was a venue issue that seemed to hang up the government, because this is a tape recording of something that happened in Bedminster. But if you look at the new charges that were unveiled yesterday, clearly the government has been able to see that this document made its way not just to Bedminster, but back to Mar-a-Lago. So that gives them venue. The Constitution requires that you bring charges where the crime occurred. And here they're alleging that that document was at some point retained by the president, the former president, at Mar-a-Lago. So with that piece, they were able to bring this as part of the existing case. And the tape recording that you played is now direct evidence. There's no question that Judge Cannon has to let the tape recording into evidence now in this case.
And